Missing memories, clever traps, and hostile wildlife plagued our heroes as they searched for clues about Myron's killer. After number 6 sees a strange memory that unlocks hidden potential, questions bubble to their mind. Putting them off for the time, they join the crew as they follow the strange rat tracks appearing all over the camp. As the party made their way south, they encountered a couple of methods and showed them who's boss, with Jack knocking out one and forcing the other to flee. Holding the method for questioning later, the party was called back to camp where a distressing dance party was underway. With a slick performance, Kirito was able to lead the Greg couple responsible away from the camp. After resuming their investigations, they neared the Kambali wagon before hearing screaming. Rushing to the frightened workers, the heroes engaged a pair of cockatrices, angry that their nest had been encroached upon. As the dust settled, a halfling woman stepped from the shadows of the Kambali wagon, taking claim for the murder of Myron and other strange happenings about the camp. Her ranting spurred the party into action, and they engaged the druid woman and her animal entourage. The battle was tough, but our heroes pulled through and were able to capture the apparent murderer. For what reasons has she done these things? And what connections could she have to the other strange occurrences the heroes have been experiencing? Questions may be answered, but mysteries still abound. Chapter 2, Aberton Investigations.
All the goosebumps.
Hell yeah.
So, you guys have caught this druid woman. You knocked her the hell out at the end of the encounter last time. The whole camp has kind of roused. They heard the fight. They are kind of like slowly walking over to see what's going on. You know, they heard these massive. They heard the cockatrices roars. This woman screaming, and all the yelling that was going on. But you have her subdued. She is unconscious. You guys are pretty beat up, but still alive. What do you do?
Well, I think we need to take her back to a secure location and maybe question her?
Okay.
Nyx did hog tie her, correct?
They did, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so she is already tied up.
And we had a Mephit too under our...
You know what? She's tied up. My
They
sticky
were-
fingers are getting sticky.
They were, the method was left.
My sticky fingers aren't sticky.
I mean, you don't have to actually do a thievery check. She's bound.
I'll go do it anyways to be safe. You never know. She might have something sharp in her object. I didn't ask.
Totally fair.
I'm basically trying to look for like proof that what she's saying is true. Like if she has a note on her that says "Go kill Myron" or something, if she has it written down somewhere that she actually did it on her person.
Sure. Let me just, for some reason, all of her shit was erased on her character sheet. I don't know why that happened. All right, there we go. Cool. So you look on her person, and you find a couple things. You find just kind of like material possessions. It's just like this sickle. It's a +1 sickle, and a staff. She's got like hide armor on, and this ratty hood. But you also do see this key to Myron's wagon on her person.
Ooh. I find the key.
On the key.
I found the key to Myron's camper on her.
How do you know that's Myron's camper?
Oh, true. How do I know if it's Myron's
Garish. Very garish, and you've definitely seen it on Myron, who was, very flamboyant personality.
Of course.
And I found a +1 sickle. If anybody would like a sickle, +1.
Anybody find it weird that the murderer just kind of lingered around the campsite?
You think she's not alone?
I don't know. Just,
Maybe
seems a
she's
little
not
weird.
the brightest in the box.
Well, to be fair, and to remind of just because it's been a week since the little speech she gave, like she told you in no uncertain terms she was trying to kill everybody.
Oh,
She was
so her
just
job wasn't done yet.
yeah, she was just she was just waiting for an opportune moment to kill everyone.
Hmm. Weird. I wonder why she wanted to kill all of us. We're so nice people.
To jog your memory again, because she did just like throw out a speech, but it was right before a combat, so she did say it was to more or less cleanse Aberton of its inhabitants to scare them and to get all the residents either dead or fleeing so that nature could be restored.
I've heard that
in the
story
area.
before. Damn druids, can never trust them.
Because again, just for setting background information, like the surrounding area is very like brittle, like the rivers are very dry, crops are very poor. These are things you would have noticed coming in that the land is obviously deteriorating to some degree.
Is
So
there
she
a
is saying,
theory around, or like a theory about why that's happening? Is that just like overpopulation or some shit, or?
I mean, go ahead and
We
roll a
humans.
society check on that one real quick, Kirito.
Let's ponder that thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you would have heard like maybe just like kind of general rumblings of when there's kind of poor crops or whatever. Um, some folks are saying, oh, maybe the gods are upset. Some folks are just saying like, it's just a bad season.
Mm-hmm.
There's not any like real concrete. Um, oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Levi's got to log out, and log back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no like no concrete thing that anyone can really point to. It's just kind of like just general, small town superstition at
Sure.
this point.
Okay.
As far as like overpopulation, like this eastern half of the island, this is the biggest settlement, and there's not a lot of people here. It's probably not over 200 people, maybe.
Okay.
Levi, can you hear?
Please type it. Yep.
Yeah, can you guys hear me too?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, yeah, cool.
Got me.
Good.
But yeah, that's as far as you can tell. No, there's not a whole lot that people can really point to, as far as that concerned. From the rantings of this druid woman, she's blaming the people of Aberton for this decline. But whether that's true or not, who knows?
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a mystery to be solved, gang.
Yeah, is anybody opposed to us just gathering her back to the main camp and
No, we
I
haven't
guess
been there for a while, Mike.
waiting to wake her up and question her? I don't see what else we should really be doing. We were supposed to figure out what was happening. It looks like she's the cause of it.
Right. And I apologize. I did forget. You did also find a couple of other things on her person. You see this religious symbol, like this necklace on her. That I think it's a lightning bolt and a fist. I think is how it's described.
Zeus.
I forget how the actual.
She honors the god.
Yeah, the actual thing goes, and then that's hanging from her neck, and then on her, like, kind of like hanging from like a belt loop, is this symbol of the fox head in front of a setting sun.
Huh. Does anyone
Um,
study religion?
yeah, I was gonna say, can I roll a religion on that?
Yeah. Oh,
Hell yeah.
yeah. The lightning bolt one, is a symbol of Gajra, and that's I think that's they're like a dual personality god slash goddess of the sea and storms. Um, the the fox head in front of a setting sun, you don't know what that is in terms of like what god or religion that pertains to. But you do remember seeing that in Myron's wagon, and it was carved onto the side of it, on the inside.
And it was like recently carved?
Yes.
So we can just. Okay. I'm gonna just say. That looks like what was in his wagon. I'm assuming that she probably carved that.
You think it would be some sort of like a fetish, like something to curse people with?
Hmm. Could we maybe like make an occultism or something check to try to think about that?
Sure.
I'm
I'll
decent
give
at
whoever
it.
has occultism guidance.
Okay, that's a solid roll. Um, your gut is telling you that this, you don't know if it's a cult, but Kirito, actually, you specifically have seen this symbol before in Escanor, actually.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yes. And you know it was, at the time, a very small cult in Escanor. This was over a year ago when you guys were still there. And it's just now kind of coming to you that this was a symbol of folks that worshipped a twilight goddess.
Motherfucker.
Do you know something that we don't, Kirito?
Yeah, okay, so would like speaking, I don't know why I would think it like this, but would speaking of the Twilight Goddess be like taboo in a way? Like if I speak her name, is that gonna cause ill will to me?
He
Roll
shall not
either,
be named.
Yeah.
roll either a religion or an occultism check, whichever one is better for you.
I'd go
Uh,
with occultism at this point because it feels like this thing is going to be a cult.
yeah, I'll go with occultism again. They're the same for me, so.
Okay. Um, oh, interesting. You you know that nothing's gonna happen to you,
Uh-huh.
like as the name as like the words are coming onto your lips, you almost feel this pair of you feel like a pair of eyes on you. It's brief, but then it's gone in an instant.
Man. Wasn't she like slightly mentioned back before we had all of our like trippy shit happening? Yeah, so you ask Kirito if like if he knows or if that makes him think of anything. Um and he looks at you with like fear in his eyes and he's just like, I'd rather not say. I don't think we need to worry too much about that at this moment. We should leave that till later.
Problems for a future circus.
Yes,
Uh,
that's a future us problem. Does like the Twilight Goddess have like a symbol besides this or like a rune or something that's like could I like slyly draw it in the dirt, just to like not say it, and then like kick the dirt?
With you
I
can
feel
roll
like-
again, but your checks so far would still give you, I think, about the same answer.
Yeah, I feel like you're still gonna have those eyes try even looking at you as you start to write it because you're thinking about writing the symbol down.
No, it's there's just no other symbol that Kirito
That I know
you
of
would-
it.
that you would
Yeah.
know of.
You
You ran across these weirdos in Escadar. Maybe a couple of them tried to recruit you at one point. You weren't
Sure.
you weren't having it, but you do recognize that symbol.
Is there a? Sorry, Jack. I'm gonna look at. Oh, what? Do you know what languages Jack speaks? Have you thought about that at all?
I was gonna go with like dwarven and halfling, maybe.
I don't have it on my sheet, but I'm almost certain that I had Dwarven on the old one. So maybe I would like write out in Dwarven, like Twilight Goddess.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I just don't want to fucking say it.
That's totally fair.
Okay, so dumb question, but would Twilight Goddess be something we all recognize, or just you, Kirito?
I was about to say, wasn't the Twilight? No, that never mind.
I may have just missed something, which is totally understandable for me. I just want to make sure.
You
Like, even if he said it, would Misty know what he was talking about?
the only time I think that Misty at least would have heard that name was when that beat up priest was yelling about it when you guys came into town and were performing for that small crowd. That's probably, I think, the only time Misty would have heard of it.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you for the clarification.
No problem.
Just scares the bejesus out of Kirito.
So, Kirito, are you just writing Twilight? It's the Twilight Goddess in the ground in Dwarven.
Yeah, I'm just writing Twilight Goddess and like Dwarven runes in the dirt.
Okay.
So as I'm like reading it, I'm like stroking the little bit of struggle beard I have on my chin. I'm going, interesting.
I'm like,
Cool.
is
So,
my Dwarven correct? I'm assuming this translates.
yeah, Jack is very much so able to read it.
Like, then you must understand the gravity of this.
I don't know that he would actually.
And, yeah,
You
that's what I was gonna say.
simply
Is like,
must.
You must.
I'm not
Jack-
familiar with such a goddess. But
Jack, actually roll into cultism real quick.
oh yeah, you don't want to see that.
Oh man, I was hoping for that 18 actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
way off.
So no, Jack, you don't have any idea about what this could refer
I
to.
want to see.
Tom Bomb? No, you as well.
Oh, I missed it.
It was by one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you may have heard whisperings maybe when you're in Escadar, but you never encountered anything like
And kinky shit you getting into, Kirito.
that.
This is not the kink that you want.
Oh.
Oh man, if it's too kinky for Kiris, I don't know if we want any part of it.
So like, as we're sort of making light of the situation, Kirito's gonna kick the runes out of the dirt, and then he's just gonna like turn and walk towards the main camp and assume that folks are gonna like bring the body bringer. And he's like, I can't
Sure.
fucking deal with this right now. Like, you go cool off.
Jack, did you bring Arse with you at all, or?
Oh, no problem. Then like I put my fingers in my mouth and do like that loud whistle. And
Oh,
then
yeah, to have ours come over.
come chagging along.
I was
But I
gonna say,
mean, number 11's here. I can just
Oh, yeah, have
number 11
have
pick
11
him up.
pick her up.
Oh yeah, number 11 just hoist her up. Yeah, and you guys make your way back to camp. Everyone kind of, they're already kind of pouring out to greet you. And as you come up, they say, "Who is this? Who is this woman?"
Everyone, gather around. We have news.
Oh my god.
Kirito, take the stage, my guy.
Yeah. Well, everyone, we have reason to believe that this is the culprit behind the attack tonight.
Get these shocked gasps from the crowd. Do we know this woman? Why would she attack Myron? Why would she
Well,
attack us?
I'd like you all to take a close look at her, and if any of you do recognize her, please let me know. To maintain a bit of secrecy and just to make sure we do this right, I'd like to keep her motives to myself at this time until we can be sure that this is, the one and only person behind this and that there are not others working with her. I hope you understand.
Oh, well, that's the professor kind of comes forward. Says, yes, that's a very pragmatic solution to our issues. Yes, of course, there are still mysteries to be solved here. But at least for the time being, we can at least rest easy that the threats for tonight have been dealt with. Hopefully, if nothing else.
Yeah, multiple threats. I didn't know there were so many fucking monsters in these woods, but
Dangerous.
Jesus. Speaking of, we've got chicken meat for a long time.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's usually more than 2 cockatrices in a nest, right?
Well, didn't we kill 3? Is there more than 3 in a nest?
Yeah, she called the third one in.
I mean, that might be something worth investigating if this is the source of the cockatrices. They're pretty close to our camp.
I wouldn't be opposed to going and searching the rocks over there before we try to bed down for the night.
Gonna go double check the nest.
I think it makes sense.
Sure, why not? There might be some goodies over there.
Sure. Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, you guys kind of excuse yourselves from the camp. Do you leave anyone to watch?
Oh yeah,
the druid.
definitely. Whichever group of people or person that we had watching the Mephit, just have them watch her as well. And if we need to maybe assign a couple more people to do it, then
we could probably leave Nyx and Baby Doll behind, and take number 11 and number 12 with us.
Yeah, because number 11 and 12 are the OP ones, not Nyx. For show.
They did get nerfed.
Oh no!
What is the patch note? There is no patch note.
Yeah, where are the patch notes, man?
All I did was just take them off of elite. They just had the elite stats.
They're no longer elite. There's regular ass Joes.
It dropped. I think their damage by 2 and their accuracy by 1. So they're still overpowered as fuck.
All right, so we're slowly nerfing them till we get it right.
I get it right. But yeah, no, you got the little troop here. So you say you leave with Baby Doll. Next, I'll be honest with you, you don't have to go all the way over there.
Okay.
You guys head over. As soon as you get over there, you can kind of tell there's nothing else left. You see just kind of a couple of several valuables that are left from other victims. You see the corpse of a dwarf. He's wearing kind of a suit of splint mail armor and a low grade cold iron pick.
Well, I'd hate to put good tools to waste, and I do need some splint mail armor. I doubt he's going to be using it anymore, but let's bless it up to the gods before I, take hold of it.
Agreed.
You also find 30 silver pieces.
30 silver pizzas.
Man.
Do those 30 silver pizzas go towards the the crew? Like the whole for the circus itself,
No, that's just. I mean, like, you can spend your personal money on the circus, but the circus money is for itself. So the adventuring money is going to be needed for you guys.
We got 30 apiece or 30 total?
I think it's 30 total.
Oh, so we got to split that.
Well, I'm sorry, did you say how old the corpse was? Or like, could we figure out how long it's been there?
It's been a while. It's definitely been eaten, pecked apart.
Gotcha.
It's mostly bones.
Do a medicine check and see if my medical knowledge helps me.
It's kind of crazy
yeah.
how close
I mean-
all this death and despair was to us. We had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, he got killed to shit by some cockatrices. And was eaten.
Well, man, looks like he wandered the wrong way.
That's basically it.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd have to put the armor back on. I came to the circus to escape this life.
Damn.
Well,
You try to get back in.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes life be like that.
Different ideas for you.
you didn't choose the adventure life. The adventure life chose you.
Yep.
So the cockatrice nest found, there's just a little bit of treasure there, but there's no immediate threat of more that you can see in the immediate area.
Do cockatrices lay eggs?
I believe they do. There's none here, but I believe they do.
Yeah,
I wanted a
was
cockatrice
another
omelet.
no, I was looking for the mother cockatrices.
Nah, I wanted to eat their young. Really, like,
Just drive them.
assert dominance here.
See, it's probably best there's nothing there because we would have had to fight. I'd been trying to become mother of, and you'd be like, no, I'm going to be consumer of.
Yeah, no. I'm a fox, so I eat. like, yeah.
At least you're not a weasel.
Well, that's right. I probably have the personality of a weasel, but yes. Okay.
And sorry, I forgot about this, Maggie, from last week, because everyone gets little custom traits for stuff they did, for like little role playing bits or what have you. And for your superstardom during the circus, you got this trait here. You got showstopper.
Awesome.
And these are like little traits that'll be accumulated. You don't have to use them, but it's a take one, take all kind of scenario. So if you have one, and you want to, if others come up and you want to keep that one, you got to use all of them.
Got it. So be awesome. Don't be a downer and get stuff that you don't.
Most of them will have a positive and a negative, as the other as everyone else will tell you, because they all got something. Not all of them are straight positives like that one. That was just it was just a super cool moment. So, but most of the time there'll be a positive and a negative.
Got it.
I added it to your sheet, so you're good.
Thank you.
But other than that, yeah, you've got. What do you guys do? Coming back to the camp, you gonna just keep her tied up for the night and get everyone to get some rest, or you gonna try to question
Honestly,
it out?
Kirito is feeling exhausted, right? Like, he was flung into being the circus leader, and then he's kind of tried to be leader of this investigation as well. And like, although he loves the limelight, he's not used to like responsibility. So he's a little tired.
Fair. What about everyone else? What are you guys gonna do?
I mean, I think we should just set up a watch so that this druid chick will
100%.
wake up and wander off. But yeah, we can get some rest, get everybody back to feeling good, and then question her in the morning.
So in 11 and 12, um, do they have to rest?
Yeah, they're basically treated, you know, because they're basically synthetic
Okay,
humans, right? Like they're like Sims from Fallout 4.
gotcha.
So they do have to actually rest, but I don't think they have to rest as much. I don't remember.
Gotcha.
The end
Okay.
rules they're a little weird.
Bummer,
But
we
I
can't
mean, if you
just
want to,
assign them.
yeah, you can assign them to the watch, but yeah, they would still have to actually
Sleep at some point.
sleep.
Do they sleep? Like, could we assign one and then the other? Or
I feel like one of us should be present
okay,
as well.
that's fair.
I don't even remember how Pathfinder really does watches, like, or how many, like, different sets of watches. That makes sense to get through the night.
Me neither. I know there's specific rule for it, but I just don't remember it. So I mean, but you know, just you know, you can have 11 and 12, and then you know, someone paired with each of them for
Right.
2 shifts in the night. And we'll just do a roll for each of them.
Okay. I'm down being one of the people.
So yeah, I can take one watch.
Like, honestly, Kyoto probably like sits down next to the prisoners and like conjures a harp and just like starts playing to zone out.
Sure. You can take that first watch, Kirito.
Yeah, with
Okay.
11 or 12 or whichever.
Yeah, we'll just have to go with 11. And hold on. Do something. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your perception. What was that based off of wisdom? Or number 11, definitely don't see shit. But yeah, you actually you're sitting there strumming for a little while, uh, and then you actually catch the druid whispering. You see her whispering. It looks like two arse. Can't hear it, but as you're it may be easy as you stop playing, you kind of hear her. It looks like she's trying to rile them up.
I gotta think of what Kiroto would do. Hmm. I think I would just like get something to gag her. Just like
Yeah.
tell her to shut up.
Wow.
You don't have to roll anything. You know,
Yeah.
she's already
Here,
tied
use
up.
my sock.
I was like contemplating punching her or something, but I don't think he would really do that yet.
For sure. Yeah, you're able to gag her very easily. And yeah, after that, it's a pretty smooth shift.
Hell yeah. Then whoever spells me, I just like. I guess, do I have a wagon?
Yeah, you know, one of the I think the only ones that are marked as like campaign wise are, a couple of them. So just pick one. That's your wagon.
Hell yeah. Where's my
We get
wagon?
wagon?
I like this wagon right here. Oh, I can't go that way, I guess. Well, I
The
can't
other
get
side.
to the wagon. Here we go. I'm in this wagon.
Copy that.
This wagon's my wagon. There are a lot of wagons like it, but this one's mine.
Fair enough. Misty, you are on the second shift. Go ahead and roll perception.
And my button, sorry.
Chilling out with number 12.
Boy, look at
Oh.
that die.
Uh,
Already.
it's still a quiet shift. The druid can't move or say anything. The method is just still bound and just kind of laying there. And then the sun rises, and as the camp kind of broadly gets up, it was a late night for everyone, but folks got work to do. Everyone starts moving about and getting ready. Let me give you some small morning sun there. Hey, a little bit of light. So it's morning time. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm gonna gather the party of justices, and we're gonna begin our trial.
Such a good answer. I was gonna say kick the druid to wake her up, but we'll go with Kirito's answer instead.
Yo, we kicking it? I'll kick it.
Is there like so we're a circus, right? We're almost like a tiny government, yeah? Like is there
Okay.
a body of like who runs this shit, right? Who is the freaking judge, the executioner, like who is you know what I'm saying?
That would usually be the ringmaster.
Like is he everything? Like am I now the
Am I now all God?
do as I say.
Well, I mean, you guys so that's interesting, right? Because you guys ran away from something that was exactly right. Like
Right.
that's what Dusklight was. She was, queen apparent
Mhm.
as far as both the circus and Escanar went. So this circus that y'all created was a bit more egalitarian. You know, it was definitely like uh, as far as like if there were transgressions or things like that, like it's probably closer to something like Misty would have experienced as a pirate, which is a more egalitarian, what's the word I'm looking for here? Society, like there'd be more people that would have more say within it. It'd be a little bit more democratic.
It's a group project, guys. We all have to agree.
Like there would be like Myron was definitely the kind of final say for a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
But like if a majority didn't agree with him or were having one of his decisions, he couldn't enforce it in any way.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
So it was
All right.
definitely more democratic. Again, ruled kind of like a pirate ship would normally be.
And so does every single person have a like a say in matters? Like do we go to a vote and if there's 30 of us, we take 30 votes?
Sure, for those that participate, just like in any democracy, I guess.
Sure.
Not everyone really cares or bothers, but those that do,
Mhm.
will have their say.
Okay. Um yeah, I guess I would just like as folks are sort of going through like their morning uh, rituals or whatever, I would just like go to each person from the circus and just kind of tell them, um, after we get our chores done, get a breakfast in, we're gonna meet up about this at the main campfire in like 11 or say at 11 o'clock or some shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you go around and tell them, you like tell the workers as well.
Yeah, I mean, I tell everyone who I think would have a say, and if we include, like, Kiroto would include a worker as like being able to vote on circus matters as well.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
like they didn't, but if they didn't before, he's telling them now, like, you know, we're gonna have a vote and we're gonna talk about this.
Okay. Yeah, no, they absolutely did before, and yeah, they appreciate you coming over and keying them in. And so, yeah, after everyone's morning chores are done, um, everyone kind of reconvenes over here um, at the main fire, ready to see what you guys have to say.
Um, would it be hard for me to like? I don't think it'd be too hard, but would it be hard for me to like climb on top of one of these wagons, just so I can be like where people can see me? Because it's all about where people can see me.
No, not at all.
Okay,
Sorry, yeah, there's a lot of walls in the way.
no, it's all
Try to
good. So I'm gonna basically climb up on top of this wagon, um, and then I'm just gonna kind of look at the circus crowd and say, "Hey guys, um, thanks for gathering. Obviously this sucks, but we're gonna have to get through this quickly and efficiently so we can go about our business. Um, so we all know why we're gathered here. I would just like to try to go over the facts of what we know and what we've learned, and then we can question her." And I look towards the druid. So I guess I'm just gonna try to recite to them all the like what Kirito would think of as facts, like uh, we did the circus right before we started. Homeboy died. Um, During that, there was all the little weird mishaps that kept happening, like the fucking snakes.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if we could really angle like the group of people that were talking shit as being caused by a druid, but like the group of snakes fucking with people could easily be like, yeah, that's within the realm of possibility that she could fucking cause that.
Right.
Um, and then once the circus was done, all of the investigations that we did, um, Kirito and I don't really know if the method is like random or part of it. It doesn't seem like it's part of it. Just seemed like it was happenstance. But um, what was the thing that happened before the method or the
Um,
The
methods?
bear. Somebody was
the
messing with the
Yeah, there
bear.
was the bear that was fucking shit up. Um, but then in between the bear and the method, didn't we run into there were like traps and shit too?
I believe that was after.
That was after the
Uh,
methods.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, before you also had the tree root going through Alandrio's wagon,
Mhm.
uh, destroying the foundry in there. Yeah, the bear that was originally a very that just targeted the first person that saw, but then very unnaturally calmed down.
Mhm. And we
Um,
didn't find any like I guess there was that totem thing that Nyx took, but there wasn't like a go crazy bear symbol in there.
no, not that anyone saw. No, the owlbear claw was something that was definitely there from the previous owner from
Gotcha.
Fortunato.
Okay, so what we don't think that that was like a cursed item that was left there to make the bear go crazy.
No, you guys would have known that had been there for some time.
Okay, but I mean,
And
fucking
then
with the bear
there's
also could be, within the realm of possibility from a druid.
And then there's also the marking in Myron's carnival card. What do you call it? Trailer.
Just as like just as Carter trailer, whatever they would
That
use.
matches the marking that she has on her hip. So these
Yeah.
two are connected somehow.
And I apologize. It's actually a chain. It's just tied at like to a belt loop.
Gotcha. So yeah, so I think that about covers it. Um, Before we ungag her and let her speak, um, she had mentioned that she was attempting to kill all of us, um, to reset the natural order of nature or whatever the fuck, right? So that's her motive, I guess, guys. That's all we account to. But fuck it, let's hear it from her.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone is kind of keyed in. There's some just like whispers amongst the crowd as they just kind of discuss everything you've laid on them, which is a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you ungag her, and she just kind of stares defiantly. She doesn't speak up, obviously.
I guess do we have like does Kyoto know of anyone in the circus group that was maybe like a part of a militia or guard or a fucking investigator of any kind?
Uh, no, I mean like most of the people here, are from pretty less than extraordinary backgrounds.
Sure.
You guys are fairly extraordinary amongst the more ordinary folks here.
Sure.
Oh man.
So no one has that particular kind of background.
For sure.
Can we use an intimidation and use the bear?
Man, I feel like we have a lot of intimidating people ourselves. Like, I'm fucking intimidating. I think Misty is good at intimidating.
I have +8.
I think Kirito would probably walk over to her and instead of like intimidating her, he'd do like the good cop, um, and just try to like appeal to like, I know you said you wanted to kill us. Like, I can understand where you're coming from. Um, could you maybe just like talk us through that so we can have a little bit more closure with, one of our best friends dying? So I'm trying to deceive her into maybe talking more than she really wants to. Or maybe diplomacy, whichever one you think that would be. I would try, like, Kirito in his head would probably be trying to deceive her to, like, yeah, I get you. I'm kind of on your side. I could see how you can do that.
I feel like that's a two-pronged. I think that's two skill rolls because
Okay.
it is a little both.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll perception and diplomacy.
Will do. That ain't a good roll. I'm gonna re-roll the deception with my hero point.
Okay.
Session. Wow.
Oof. The hero points are not. They're once again not coming for you guys.
2 to a 1.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So yeah, you're able to kind of she kind of looks up at you, gets this like real ugly smirk on her face. Stand by one. I don't think I ever actually showed what she actually looks like. Yeah, she gets this real nasty smirk on her face. She says, "You don't care. You don't have any desire to save nature. If you did, you'd slaughter everyone here."
You know what? You're right. I could care less. You could at
Your
least have
truth.
the decency to tell us why you had to. Tell them why you had to.
I told you last night. It's to get rid of the plague that is consuming this island. All of you. You and the people of Aberton.
What did we
You're
do?
all your very existence. You use all of nature's bountiful blessings. You overuse it. You cut down her trees. You eat all of her animals and her crops. All of it. All your fault. And now the land is dying because of you.
Well, I'm not gonna stop trying to exist, so. Was it just you that was doing this? Do you have anyone working with you?
She just spits at your feet.
That wasn't very nice. I've been rather polite to you. You might not want to see me when I'm angry. Never mind. Fuck.
You and your intimidation checks.
Ugh.
Do whatever
Kira's.
you want.
Well, anyone else have any questions? I'm kind of through with her.
I like to stroke my little struggle beard.
I want to try and intimidate.
What's your connection to the Twilight Goddess?
Kirito, like, steps back.
As soon as he hears that, he's like, I'm out.
Is that all you ask, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just no sells it. She just stares at you.
Can I like have Ars like kick her in the stomach?
Sure. Are you gonna go for the intimidation?
I'm not good at intimidation, but
You kick her in the gut, is it gonna kill her?
He's just going for the pain.
No, it won't. It won't.
Okay.
pain compliance. Let's go. Apparently, I'm not much more intimidating than Kirito.
Well, actually, I was gonna say. I guess I would have used Arceus. I guess just charisma, right? It'd be just a straight charisma roll for him.
That'd be a straight roll.
If you just want to re-roll that, that's up to you. Give you a re-roll on it.
Reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my hero point and do that.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to use the hero
You don't have
point.
to use re-roll point. You just re-roll it with Arceus, just charisma.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, because you're just letting Ars go kick her.
Not much better.
Yeah, or Arceus is just he's a trained service animal. He's not used to have to actually attack somebody. So he really just doesn't sell it too good. And she kind of looks up at Arceus and says, "You don't need to keep obeying these people. Come, join me, and I'll show you true power."
Yeah, your true power is sitting here tied up because I knocked you out.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ars is really interested in the true power thing, lady. I don't know if any
Missy,
of us really are.
Missy, you trying to do something?
So I know that I ran off to go get my dinner, and I missed exactly why we're intimidating her. But I have a pretty strong intimidate, so if we have a good reason, I can try
Well,
a different angle.
we're trying to get all the information out of her that we can, really. She's just kind of being like, fuck y'all, I want to kill y'all. And that's it. So.
I'm not, and I'm doing a terrible job of speaking in a
I mean, what I really asked, but we may not get an answer from is, like, is she working alone or if there's someone else working with her.
I'm not gonna lie, Tom Bomb kind of wants to go with the gamble on this with her. I kind of want to do the find the queen card. Like I want to put 3 cards in front of her, and if she can find the queen, we'll let her go. But if she fails, she has to like kind of comply a little bit more, and we'll be a little bit nicer to her. We'll give her some water, give her some food.
Oh, you're so much nicer. I was gonna go full pirate, like.
I mean, I'm giving I'm gonna give her a chance, but at the same time, I'm gonna use my thievery to try to make it
sure
to where I get the advantage and she will still lose.
100% Kirito is not letting that happen. 100%.
You don't trust my skills.
I'm not leaving that shit up to anything. And that goes against our votes.
That's true. What are our votes? Do we even know yet?
I mean, we haven't taken it to a vote yet. Just like we haven't finished really questioning her.
I mean, maybe look at the group. I mean, she's not answering. Is it worth even asking anymore? Should we just
See
take a
if
vote?
Misty intimidates her.
Oh!
Whew. The big one. God damn.
I'm kind of good at it.
Well, okay, so what are you doing to intimidate her?
Well,
And what are you asking specifically?
I've watched. I'm gathering that everybody trying to ask her if she's working alone and why she's doing what she's doing, and she's potty and bits. And I come over and I kind of just crouch down because I'm assuming she's kind of down, still tied up.
Mhm.
And I'm just giving her my little cat eye, like, don't mistake our kindness for weakness. I could gut you where you sit. I could leave you for your friends in the forest. We could make your life hard. We could make your death harder. And I kind of look at my little kitty claws. You're not the only one in touch with nature, my dear. Please reconsider.
Yeah, she tries to no sell you, but you definitely got her a little bit. She's she was trying to meet your eyes constantly, but as you were getting more and more into it, she was kind of shifting and looking away. But she says, I won't tell you anything. The Hermitage, they won't. You can kill me, but you can't stop all of them.
So you do have friends. That wasn't so hard now, was it?
They'll kill you. They'll kill all of you. I promise you that.
Not if we kill them first.
Amen.
Alright. She got a little hottie there, but.
Do you have any family? Yo, I'm going all intimidation on this. I gotta refresh because I'm stuck on somebody else's and it's not giving me my sheet.
See if I got any truth serum.
Ooh, I do have those flower bulbs.
Oh,
The tree bulb.
hallucinator. Nyx was gonna try to craft something. Could we roll for a Nyx crafting?
I don't want to roll that just because I don't know what Mel was intended to do with it.
Yeah, man.
I just leave that to whatever he was gonna do.
Damn, Nyx being freaking on an upload.
Are you rolling an intimidation, Tom Bomb?
I had to refresh my sheet, and now it's just taking forever to go back in, so...
Anyway, what are we asking the people to vote on? Just what we do with her?
Well, yeah, eventually once we are finished questioning, I'd like to ask, like, do we hang her? Do we let her go? Do we whatever, right?
Sure. What was that? Yeah, she just spits at your feet again. I'll curse you to the day till you kill me.
Curse me all you want.
I think we should tie her up and keep her with us. And I'm apparently a terrible person. She's a druid, right? So keep her separated from nature. See if her friends show up.
I don't know if you want to tell me this out of character, D, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway. I'm curious if this is something where if we make some more rolls, she'll tell us more stuff, or should we just try to move it on?
Well, I was actually about to move it on.
Okay.
So yeah, you actually notice among the crowd, actually, the mayor showed up, watching the proceedings from the back, but he hasn't spoken up yet. But are you gonna just move forward with the vote for?
Yeah. So I guess like I'll say, from my point of view, we are not jailers. We cannot imprison her. We could hand her over to the officials of the land. I am not one to agree with that, but I see we have three options. Either we execute her, we let her go, or we hand her over for imprisonment.
Okay, yeah, the people kind of the crowd starts kind of talking amongst themselves. Everyone's kind of discussing. So I'll go down the player list. Kirito, what would your vote be out of those three?
Execution.
Okay. Tom Bomb, what would you want to do?
Execution, isn't that a little over our head? Let's turn her over.
Death for a death.
I see where you're coming from, yes. But how do we still know for sure she is the exact one? If she has others,
Well,
maybe
we
she
can't,
wasn't.
but she tried to kill us, so that's good enough for me as well.
But I guess my vote would be to give her up to somebody of the land to deal
So-
with her.
Give her up to local authorities.
Yeah.
Jack.
I'd have to side with Tom Bomb on this one. We don't have the authority or the righteous ability to deliver judgment upon anyone.
Misty.
Alright, I can't do all this in my accent. I'm not that good. But
I was enjoying it. Oh,
I think I can give it a try. My vote would be turning her over, but not because of any soft-hearted belief that we don't deserve her life. We do. But that wench knows something, and if we wring her neck, we'll never figure out what it is. So I
Pragmatic.
vote give it to the folks, lock her up long enough, they all talk eventually.
Copy. Yeah. So the everyone kind of after they everyone kind of dispersed and talked amongst themselves, and the vote was amongst everyone else pretty much about the same. The majority was for turning her over to local authorities. They had some that agreed with Kirito. Some that were some folks were really really angry about Myra's death, and were very much in favor, but the majority ruled in favor of handing over to the local authorities. And at that, you see the Mayor Jay Aber. You guys had a little bit of an encounter with him when you came into town, and we're just did that little performance before the show. So he steps forward and he says, "Please, I'm sorry to interrupt, but thank you for the decision you came to. If possible," and he looks at your group. Say, can we talk privately? After you've, I'll grab a couple of boys to come and get this and get her and take her back to the sheriff's office. But are some complications, and I think you a lot might be able to help with that. Would you be willing?
Do
Kirito
I get to
just
be a new
sighs.
sheriff in town?
Is this something I'm gonna need my armor for?
I mean, not for a talk, not for a discussion, no. Just wants to have a chat.
We could talk.
Friendly chat, eh?
So like,
Yeah.
Kirito's gonna have what's her face, druid lady, like grab her by the arm to hand her off to whoever. I don't know if his guards are here yet or if I'm just handing her off to like some of the circus folk to hold her until the guards come. But I want to like be facing opposite directions from her and be side by side with her and just say, if I have a chance, I'll kill you. And then just walk off.
For sure.
Like, he's not going to go against the circus's vote, but like, if for some reason she gets out of jail, all bets
totally.
are off. Like,
Totally.
sees her on the street, fucking bam, lightning bolt.
Totally. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the couple of guards, and they're like, they're militia, they're small town militia. These aren't like professional guards or anything. They come and they take her into town. Some time goes by, everyone kind of disperses and is kind of doing their own thing. And he comes and meets with you, back by the fire. And he says, "Oh, thank you for agreeing to see me. Let me reintroduce myself, please. My name is Jay Abba, and I'm the mayor of this town. Well, I saw your show last night, and it was spectacular. But I learned this morning that your people were attacked by someone from Abberton or perhaps the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning. Well, our little town has been terrorized for weeks." Long before you show up, and I'm very sorry that you got caught up in all of this. I don't see how anyone from our town could be involved in this villainy, but I can't believe anyone at the Hermitage would do this either. They're kind and very humble, pious folk. They're devoted to Gulfra. Their master is a man named Harlick Hamdeal. Yes, fine person. Loves animals, nature, all of that. But it's impossible to imagine him letting anything that woman was talking about go down as that. He's never had any evil or murderous intentions on the people of Abberton. Abberton's had some challenges, of course. There's been little rain, as you've seen. Fields are dry. Heats wither the plants, and every now and again we get a cold snap that freezes what survived. The wind's pulled what's left. Many of the wells are dried, streams, all of that. You've seen it. It's awful out there. But no one knows what's going on. We're just farmers. People are attacked by wild boars in the streets. Some of the millers are missing, and the sheriff is gone. So I heard how you protected innocent people here last night, and I thought that maybe you could do for us what you did for them. If you could, I would gladly speak to Harlock about the woman who attacked you last night. Perhaps even get you admission to the Hermitage so you could talk to him and see for yourself that they're harmless. Please, what do you think?
This Hermitage, what was the name again?
The Hermitage of Blessed Lightning.
Of Blessed Light?
Lightning.
Troublesome. Does this Hermitage have a sigil or logo that you might share with us?
Well, they're devoted to. He said they're devoted to Gazra, which is what that.
Was that same like lightning in hand thing or fist?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't actually know what the actual thing for Gazra is, but I think that's it. I think it's something with a lightning fist.
Sure, I'm just trying to connect the dots between this druid and the Hermitage.
Right. No. Yeah. There. That is that was a symbol of Gazra. and the Hermitage is a hermitage of pious folks supposedly devoted to Gajra.
Now, Mayor, how familiar are you with this hermitage?
Well, quite familiar. Harlock Hamdale, their master. He's a very kind man. I've spoken to him on many occasions.
Would you say
He's
you know all the members of this hermitage?
I can't claim to know, of course not, but they've never shown any ill intent before this.
Hmm. How often do you come into contact with these people?
Well, it's not often, perhaps once, maybe twice a year.
Hmm.
They were trying to, Harlock is, especially in these last couple of years, as the weather has been very strange for us. Harlock has been trying to get to the bottom of it as well. He's consulted us, and we've consulted him.
Last time you guys spoke, you didn't suspect anything unusual.
No, everything seemed the same. It was not long ago. It was perhaps 2 months ago that we saw each other.
Hmm. Interesting. Um. Well, we're of the circus, you know. We're not just do-gooders. So I think we'll have to discuss this before we can really give you an answer if we can come and help you. I mean, the circus will need us as well.
I understand.
And we're really more of a family here than anything else. It'd be like, you know, backing out on your family.
Well, I quite understand, but as I said, you all seem very capable, from what I've heard from everyone. And from what I understand, you'll be here in the town for quite some time. At least that's what the professor told me. Uh, if you can just see it in your hearts to at least discuss it, I'd be most appreciative.
Well, I will at least do that. Others, do you guys have any questions for the mayor as he's here?
Nope.
What exactly is it that you want us to converse with him about?
I guess that would be up to you. If we have any questions before we discuss helping him.
No, I mean I'm questioning the mayor. Like,
Oh, sorry.
if we go
I'm
talk
sorry.
to the pious guy of lightning, like, what do you want us to sort out with him?
Sorry, you're asking what you would want, what you would want to sort out with him?
Yeah.
I mean, the as far as like what you guys have been doing today. Sorry if it's not explicitly clear. You questioned Nemia, um, and you found out that she's from the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning. It would be just questioning this guy Harlock to see what's up with his druids coming over here and murdering.
I mean, I guess I do have a question. How long has this drought been going on for that they've been having, basically?
Drought's been going for nearly close to a year, maybe even two.
When did that Harbridge show up? Has that Harbridge always been here? Like, or the one guy specifically, like, when did the mayor and him get to know each other?
Harlock
Yeah.
uh, says we've known each other. It's close to my whole life. He's been the leader of the Hermitage for quite some time.
Mm. Okay.
Well, Mayor, thank you for your time. Um, I guess would Kirito know where the fuck is there like a mayor's house or something where we could like
With
meet with
the
him later?
town's the town square was where you guys performed initially, was right in front of his house.
Okay.
He says, "Oh, well, actually, the the priestly man that you all helped when you came to town the other day, Joel, he's been asking for you. He seemingly has recovered. He's been asking for the people that helped him. He'd like to meet with you as well.
Not as crazy as before, huh?
He seems to be back into his right mind."
Yes, I
That's
do
nice.
think querying him by a few things might aid us in figuring out who this Twilight goddess is.
God, you keep saying her name.
Am I not supposed to say it?
I just
I'm
don't like it.
envisioning like Kirito twitching the same way like everybody twitches in Harry Potter when you say
Right, I was going to say
100%.
Voldemort to him now.
Exactly the
that
same.
scene where somebody needs to just walk into Kirito. He's gonna kill us eventually. You might as well use his name. It's Voldemort.
There's powers in names. Well, Mayor, I guess we'll meet you at your house later to at least give you our answer.
Well, thank you very much. I'll be looking forward to your visit. And yeah, he walks off. And after he goes a little ways, the professor pops up, and he's got a little entourage with him. And you recognize these characters as the sideshow of everyday marvels. Stand by one. I'm just putting them on stage. The professor, you got this jacked dude.
Jesus.
Got that's actually the wrong. It's actually backwards. They're on the wrong sheets. Whoops.
Hesper and Tahala are different.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Tahala.
Oh, look at Cubby.
And yeah, Hesper supposed to have this particular the Chinese looking lady. And so yeah, this group comes up behind the professor. And he says, I can just about guess what the mayor was coming to ask you about.
Oh,
We've been
please do.
doing the as yeah, and you guys know that like the sideshow of everyday marvels, like they're like because when you guys left Dusklight, you know there was a how do you call it? They didn't want to encourage the spectacle of putting bodies on display for sensational titillation. And so the sideshow everyday marvels is just kind of devoted to the idea that anyone can be fantastical, interesting, and extraordinary. And so they're all like fairly normal looking, people. And so, Gadaran is this, big 6 foot tall, broad shouldered dude, and he's just called the bearded man, shit like that. And so they're also kind of like a little spy network. And so they also will go through and kind of just, as they're performing and doing whatever, they'll catch tidbits of information wherever they're performing. And so Hesper and Vitus, I didn't put the other one up, but they're twins, the unjoined twins. Say that yes, they're. One of the things we saw was that there was someone was attacked by a wild boar in the street. There's some sort of issues going on. But as far as we can tell, it's a little out of character, but it's not too much for a boar. The professor says that I think there there are some strange happenings that may be connected to this maybe this woman in particular, or has the Hermitage in general. I think it would be useful to at least look into a few of the happenings going on in town. Some things going on at, as far as like I know, he said that a few people from the mill have disappeared, and Tala steps forward and says, she investigated the mill, and I found that it was infested with wasps, but that's about the only thing that I saw. There was no one there, so perhaps they have disappeared. Gittering steps forward and says, there's a small crime gang in Abington called the Muggers. They don't call themselves that for whatever reason, but everyone else calls them it. They hang out down south at the Nadmug. Perhaps you can find some information from there. The sheriff's been trying to break them up. Maybe they did something to her. And Cubby, the dog-faced dog, is a talking dog.
Awesome.
And he comes up and he says, quite right. I had learned that the Hermitage itself is isolated and remote, but there's a church here in Abington. I thought there might be a connection, but when I went to go and look at the church, it was dedicated to Abaddon, not to Galdro. But still, I tried to stick around, but I could only smell this unpleasant scent of rotting flesh. Something unnatural lurks within that graveyard, I assure you. The professor thanks them and says, it's up to you, of course. But I do think there are answers that are desperately needed that I believe can only be found if we at least participate in somewhat in these investigations.
But the show must go on. What will you guys do if we're gone?
Well, we have some of the androids here. They're not as capable, I suppose, as number 11 and number 12, but they can still hold up their own. And if need be, we'll run away.
I don't want to run away. I want to make money.
Well, I mean, in the case of immediate danger, but the show will, of course, go on. But there are perhaps things to get in order first before attempting another show.
How often do these shows actually happen? Is this like a nightly thing, weekly, like?
Well, I guess it's like, I guess to go a little meta. It's really that's within the actual module. You only do it once, at least as far as this part is concerned. There are, and I think it's generally once per part, but we can always, depending on how the flow of the game goes, do more shows.
Sure. I guess I'm just trying to. Kiroto would try to make sure that they were okay and miss as few shows as possible while doing this.
Sure. You would have to do because I do think there is a timer, maybe. I had to double check, but you do have to do like advertisements and like a build up before actually putting on the show. And it is time consuming. You have to do it during downtime.
Okay.
Which you may not have a lot of during this first part.
Gotcha. Well,
like
Professor,
I said,
thank you for your insight.
Yes, of course. If you need us for as much, we can only gather so much information. But if you need our help, please don't hesitate to ask.
I won't. And I'm gonna wink at the ladies, but if they know me, it's like such a half-hearted wink. Like Kirito's stressing out, man. He can't even like fully flirt with people right now.
Sure, his heart's not in it
It's just not in it.
for sure.
Poor Kirito.
Yeah. Um. So I guess if no one else approaches us, I'll just like kind of walk off to the side, sort of silently letting the rest of the player group know that like, you know, when we're ready, I'd like to talk about this, and I just want to conjure like a fucking lute and start playing that shit.
Sure. Yeah. As far as everyone else is concerned, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'd love to check on the condition of the old man now that he's speaking more sanely and he does have some information on.
That's true. We should talk to him.
Yeah, you guys. Misty, what are you thinking?
I would agree. We should talk to the guy. We need to come up with like a. Can we call her like the highlight modest or something?
She who shall not be named. Okay.
For
Okay,
sure.
cool. We'll just go with that, I guess.
Yeah, Tom Bomb, are you cool with that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So you guys are kind of postponing this sort of larger decision and gonna go and just like kind of deal with this other thing first. And it makes sense. You know, it's been a long night. You guys got a lot put on your plate real fast all of a sudden. So this is kind of manageable to go and just kind of deal with this quick request. Excuse me. So you travel down the road a ways, and it's actually the house that he's in. Go ahead and bring it back to that scene.
By the way, on the way, I played the lute, and it was some like real emo, melancholy shit.
Sure.
Just depressing as fuck.
So yeah, so everyone can everyone see?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, so down here is the house that you guys left Joel at, and he is
Oh, this isn't me anymore.
oh shit,
That's the
Hold on.
old character.
that's the old Kirito. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me put it down.
I'm back. Hell yeah.
And yeah, so Joel, you see him. He's dressed. He's groomed. He's still got all those bruises and burn marks, but you can see his eyes are focused and in the right mind. And as you walk up, he smiles and he actually looks at you, Misty. He says, "Misty, it's good to see you again, girl. It's good to see you again. You didn't."
Ew, on your feet.
Roll a society check real quick, Misty.
I don't know who this man is.
Okay. No, you actually didn't need a.
By the way,
Oops,
you rolled my
look.
society.
Oh yeah.
Oops. You want me to re-roll that? That was terrible.
Yeah. Go ahead and re-roll real quick.
Maybe I've got myself selected now. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Yeah, this looks more like me because I don't have any pluses on this.
Again, fine, because you didn't need a big one. Yeah, you remember that this guy used to sail with him back on Captain Tanis' ship, which was called the Kinder Surprise. And this guy, he used to be a like he was probably the most religious dude on the ship, which wasn't by much. But everyone called him Father Joel, just as like kind of like fucking with him. And so when you guys finally docked, he just kind of up and just actually went and became a priest of Crystal. He just kind of felt like, well, like he always made a prayer before you guys set sail. So he just became a priest when you guys finally docked.
Joe, you've really gone out and done the priest thing, I see. Stuck with it, huh?
Of course. It's very good, very good. Although this particular circumstance has been quite so good for me, I just wanted to thank you all for helping me. It's I feel like you deserve an explanation, at least from my perspective of what happened. I can only give a little bit and something I found that was on my person. Hold on a second. Yes. I was told that I was ranting and raving about some Twilight goddess. The only thing I can tell you is that a man with fiery hair and a dwarf came in and demanded that I rescind my faith to Aristotle and convert to worshiping their goddess. When I declined, the fiery-haired man started beating me up and burning me, while the dwarf recited verses I'd never heard of.
Sorry to butt in, sir. When you say fiery hair, do you mean it was literally on fire?
I suppose so. It looked like it was actually on fire.
You never can be too sure with these things. Please do continue on.
Of course, that's really all that I remember after that. After he was reciting these verses, I blacked out, and when I came to, I was here in these people's home. Oh, of course, he kind of fishes in his pocket and said, "This was in my pocket. It's torn in half, but perhaps it would be of some use to you." He shows you this torn half of a paper. Figure conditions, so you got to look at that forever. But as far as that goes, that's all that I had on me. I just felt that perhaps you should know. Do you have any questions for me?
Huh. This I did the Hikari Sama, is that like do I recognize that? Do any of us recognize that?
Roll a religion or occult. Nice, yeah. So Kirito, Misty, and Tombomb. Yeah, you have heard this in tandem with the Twilight Goddess. When you were in Escadar. When you were in Escadar, that is the name that they wouldn't say her name too much, but you did hear them say her name sometimes when they were like, maybe some dudes that were on the street corner and they would scream praise for Hikari-sama,
I like try to wipe my eyes. from like reading her fucking name.
Okay, so there's this added to the blacklist. Like we can't say that either. We should really just stick to she who shall not be named, huh?
We could just
That's
call
fun
her
to say.
H.
I liked it. Gives me the Harry Potter vibe. She who shall not be named.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry. Damn it.
Always loved Harry Potter. I hate. Well. Anyway. Kirito just kind of like he looks up into the sky and he's like, you know when you see those pictures of Ben Affleck like smoking and he just looks like fucking beat to shit.
Oh yeah.
That's like Kirito right now. He's just like, oh fuck.
He just aged like 20 years in 5 minutes.
Yeah. He's looking haggard, just like man. He's gonna zone out from now.
So, what were you talking about the Black Sun the other day when you were like rambling? Do you remember that, Joel?
I'm afraid I don't. I'm sorry. Like I said, once I blacked out from the beating, I don't have any recollection of what happened before I woke up here in these fine people's home. I wish I could give you more answers on this. I'm sorry.
I think it's been at least a little helpful. But how's your condition? And I want to like take a look at his wrist and his arms and everything, make sure he's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah, roll a medicine check. Yeah, you see that he's been you know um, expertly tended to. You don't know who did it though. You don't remember doing it, but you know he said that someone in your group did, but you can't recall who did it.
Oh fuck. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Misty, you missed that part last week.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I could just tell from the reaction that it was a big deal.
Yeah, everyone had to roll to see what happened to he who can't be named anymore.
Yeah.
And you no longer remember him. He has, as far as you're concerned, never existed. And you have no recollection of a river.
I was gonna ask if, and this is clearly out of character because Misty wouldn't have known this, but just in general, like, is the dwarf and the fire hair guy that Joel is describing the same people that River went to and had the whole conversation of it's about time you stopped denying us and blah blah blah?
You could say.
Jesus. I didn't put that together.
I did it for once. I beat Travis to the connection. Don't get
Who
used to
you
it,
say?
Damn. Damn, so like in the show we might have already seen Hikari-sama.
I mean, we might have, yeah.
As far as the show goes, you might have. You might have a couple of times.
Yeah, that's true. Well, fuck. I think Kirito's gonna
That's
sit
really
down.
a bummer for Misty, because, like, River and her were partners. Like, we did. So she probably has, like, a huge gap in her. Like, would she know she has this huge gap in her memory? Is it just literally, like, I don't even, like, you don't know what you don't know?
Yeah, it's you don't know what you don't know. You as far as Misty, like as far as all of yours recollection goes, River has never been a part of your lives, and you know, and it sometimes it fills in with someone else. Sometimes it's like this scenario where you know a thing happened, but you cannot recall how it happened.
And we all just brush it off, like, well, it was really crazy moment then. So, you know.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's a fucking Matrix.
Like a fucking glitch in the Matrix, man.
Uh,
Dang. Calvin's not even here and he's still wreaking havoc.
yeah. His ripples echo across time, man.
He'd be so proud.
Yeah, so do you guys ask him anything else, or do you our ways?
I mean, I'm good on Joel. Like, Joel just freaked me the fuck out, so I'm trying not to have a panic attack.
I'm gonna, tell him goodbye and that it was really good to see him and to, not get involved with flaming haired dudes anymore. It's not a good look for him.
I'll certainly try my best. I'm a wandering priest. That's how they caught me. I was just wandering alone, so I'll do my best to stick to the well-traveled roads.
Sounds like it would be for the best, my friend.
Yeah, and so you are, of course, right across the street from the mayor's house. What is your decision on his request?
Well, I sort of I gathered the group and I just say, well, we all know what we know. Do we want to discuss this? Do we want to vote? What do you guys want to do?
I think information gathering is pretty important right now. I mean, this whole city might be in peril.
It's like we said before. Sometimes you don't choose the adventure in life, the adventure in life chooses you.
And I mean, if all these people are worried about their city falling apart, they're definitely not trying to attend a circus.
That is too true, my friend.
Let's get the adventuring over with so we can get back to the important part about making money.
Yeah.
Too true. Very true.
And you never know. If we do some favors for some folks, they might do some favors for us in return. Could be
Sure.
nice to
Awesome.
have some
Get some
positive
connections.
reputation for once.
Reputation in town, yeah.
And so,
Win the hearts and minds. The hearts and minds.
Yeah. So with that, you guys have made your decision to help the town of Abberton to see what's going on with the disappearances and strange occurrences in their town. Perhaps it'll lead to some answers for the questions that are plaguing your particular group and circus as well. We'll keep it for next time. You guys also get a new title or a new trait for your handling of Nemia. You get the merciful trait.
Oh man, that doesn't feel good for Kirito. He's like, oh.
And that's like a town reputation kind of a thing.
So, when you were saying if we took them, we have to take all of them, do you mean if we take any trait, we have to take all traits go forward, or do you just mean if we take a trait, we have to take its positive and its negatives?
Like if you're gonna use the numerical bonuses, then you have to take the numerical bonuses of all the traits that are given. It's all or nothing, basically. If that makes sense.
So I guess since I've taken like Ladies Man, for instance, does that mean I have to take Merciful?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like you get like the if you want to take the numerical bonuses, you gotta. Again, you don't have to, and you can turn them off basically if you want at any point. But yeah, it is all or nothing.
Copy that.
But yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight, everyone. No, that was a heavy roleplay sesh, but thank you for coming with me on it. You guys did awesome. Super cool.
Hell yeah, that was dope.
Oh yeah, I liked all the new lore we learned.
Yeah, there's so fucking much. I was actually thinking while we were doing it, because I wasn't taking good notes, I was like, I'm gonna have to listen back to this. Like, try to.
There's a lot of drops.
Like, I'm gonna have to fucking take some notes on this later.
I really, really love your reaction to the Twilight Goddess. That shit is super fun.
I really like.
Yeah.
I don't. Travis doesn't know why it's gonna affect Kirito so much, but I feel like it should and it will. So like,
It's
either somewhere in his past or like in a past life, even she's like fucked with him.
sure, sure. No, that's an awesome reaction. I really like it.
It could really fit in well with like his fortune telling like background. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I could see that could fit pretty good.
I
Hell
know.
yeah.
Dennis is laughing at